Good evening, everybody. This is Barry Fair here. This is not episode 211 yet. Episode 211 is coming up in a few days. But tonight, I'd like to tell you how to deal with sickness. I have brought this up many times on my YouTube videos and the episodes. The first rule is that if you are sick, don't come in. The second rule, phone ahead so that the management can find someone to replace you. Third, if you are not well enough to continue your shift, whether you are at a day option service or accommodation, please do tell your partner and ring the on-call manager or the manager who manages your site. Third, go to the doctor if you get worse and get clearance from the doctor and get a medical certificate. With winter coming on, with winter settling in now, there are a lot of people getting sick with colds and flus. And colds and flus, ladies and gentlemen, are very nasty. So, what is a cold, I hear you ask? Well, a cold is when you've been sitting out in the cold for too long, or you catch the cold from somebody else who already had the cold. A cold is when you have not got enough warm clothes on, like a jumper, singlet, skivvy, scarf, and a beanie, which is what I'm wearing now. A cold is when you go to another place that's cold and you come from the warmth, say like Queensland. Okay, a cold is when you suddenly get a blocked nose and a sore throat. What is a sore throat? Well, a sore throat, ladies and gentlemen, is when your voice sounds like deep and husky. Okay? And the doctor may look down and a sore throat when your throat is red. Okay? And that is the sign of sickness. Okay? Now, what can you do to combat the cold and flu? Well, a flu, guys, okay, is when you suddenly cough and it hurts the cough, okay? And a cough, guys, is nasty, okay? Sometimes you may get an infection when you've got the flu, depending on how serious the flu is. And like I said at the beginning of the show tonight, if you are not well, please don't come to work and ring the manager beforehand so that he or she can find someone to replace you, okay? And if you're doing a morning shift, okay, say like a Monday morning, okay, ring the night before so that the managers can find someone to replace you, and that includes the day option services also. Okay, now getting back to the goals. Okay, how to cure a cold. Don't go near anyone that has already got the cold. Wear comfortable, warm clothing like a jumper, skivvy, singlet, and a scarf. Okay, and wear a beanie like I've got now, and wear some Ugg boots to keep your feet warm. Another thing, have a nice hot lemon and a honey drink to soothe your throat. Add a couple of tablespoons of honey to soothe your throat. Grab some cough lollies from the chemist for your cough, or some cough medicine, okay? And go to the doctors if you get worse. I've also said this at the beginning of the show tonight. And remember, cancel your plans like dinner with friends, the movies, a movie night at your house, dinner at the club or restaurant, the same thing, movies with friends, okay, or a lunchtime gig which you plan, cancel that, holidays, you name it, because your health does come first, guys, not last, okay? You may have to go to the doctor to get clearance to say whether you should return to work or whether you shouldn't return to work. Okay? And don't assume that you're better when you're not. Okay? And if you've got a high temperature, such as a high temperature, or you've got a chest infection, please go to the doctor. Okay? And rub some Vicks on your chest. And there are vaporizers which you can buy at the chemist too. Okay? Drink plenty of fluids to help bring up whatever is on your chest and break up whatever is on your chest. Drinking fluids, guys, when you're sick is most important. Another important thing when you're homesick, okay, get plenty of rest, okay, and the more rest that you get, ladies and gentlemen, when you are sick, you will get better quicker. Okay, so these are the tips that I would like to give to you before I say good night to you on the show, and I'll bring you another update on this on Tuesday on episode 211. But that's it from me. The time is 7 o'clock. Do stay well and and don't go to crowded areas where there is smoke, and don't hang around people who have already got the cold. So on that note, guys, the time is 7 o'clock. Episode 211 coming up on Tuesday. But until then, guys, rug up, stay warm, stay well, and for those who are sick, get well soon, and remember, get plenty of rest and drink plenty of fluids. This is Barry Fear signing off for this Sunday evening. Have a good evening, everyone. Good night.